Hello, YouTubers. This is Tia from Musings of a Mystic, and I'm back with another big card reading. This one is going to be called Who Are Your Spirit Guides, and What Do They Want You to Know Right Now? Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this so that you can see the cards. And this is pile number 1. It's some kind of jasper. Pile number 2 is my class ring. Pile number 3 is moldavite ring. While you're choosing your pile, I will say that I encourage you to choose one deck. I don't encourage you to choose more than one. But I mean, you're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. Choose one deck. One, 2, or 3. While you're doing that, I also I do sell crystals on eBay. I also do readings through Instant Go and email. And if you need to contact me, all of that information is in the description box below. I also accept tips and donations. And I thank all of the wonderful people who have gotten a reading, paid for a reading from me, and who have tipped and or donated. I really do appreciate it. It helps me keep going. So anyway, 1, 2, 3. If you haven't chosen your deck by now, you can pause the video, choose the deck, and I will be back. I will be here when you get back. So pile number 1, deck number 1, Jasper. So the first question is, who is your spirit guide? Who is your main spirit guide? Because you probably have more than one. Most people do. Please remember, these are general readings, and they may not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. It happens that way sometimes. If you need a personal reading, I do those through email and Instant Go, and my email address is below. So who is your spirit guide? Oh. Okay. We're just gonna... Who is it? Interesting. I definitely have people in focus here. You might actually... that's funny. I was like... They were like, take the top... My spirit guides were like, take the top card. I was like, oh, there are like 3 people here. And then the 3 of Cups came out. So your spirit guides are probably family, because you've got the Cup cards that came out. You might actually have 3 or 4 that are kind of equally focused on you right now. And when I say... The reason why I say 3 is because of the 3 cups and the 3 people on these cards: the Page of Cups, the Lady on the Star card, and the Lady on the World card. Now, your main spirit guide right now might be a woman who is kind of she's not necessarily super old. She might have died in a crash. I'm hearing that, which is weird. Not weird, but I mean, like, she might have died in a train, plane, or car crash. If that resonates with you, then that message was for you, but this message might be for someone else. This could be somebody from a past life, a recent past life. I'm hearing like Cheryl. It sounds like Cheryl or Sharon or Sherry. Cherie. Sherry. And they've been looking out for you and over you since you were kind of small. You might have some psychic ability. Somebody who is watching this has psychic ability, and you have auditory phenomena where you hear things. You might hear encouragement, like, I'm hearing, you got this. Like, you might randomly hear encouraging words, and you're like, where'd that come from? It's your spirit guides talking to you. Page of Cups No, I was going to say the Page of Cups might indicate you, but I'm kind of feeling like you just kind of have three spirit guides. This is the third party card or whatever, but this to me just indicates three people who are connected to you psychically. And one of them, Brandon, Brandy, Braden, something like that. Sherry, Cheryl, Sharon, something like that. And then the other one, I guess, I kind of doesn't really want to give me their name or anything, but it kind of feels like an older man in a top hat kind of wandering down the street. The kind of person you'd see at one of those operas with the top hat and the white collar, the white gloves, the cane, black not a blazer, but like a black three piece or whatever. I'm kind of seeing that. There's actually a lot of different information coming through. But what I'm getting overall is that the people that chose this pile, most of you have three who are like looking over you right now. I am kind of getting two women and a man, or a young person who hasn't really developed any particular genetic, particular male or female outward traits. Like if you look at their face, you say, "Oh, you could be a boy or a girl." I'm kind of seeing like it for you. There's a young person and two older people. One is like a mom age. I mean, like late 20s, early 30s, maybe up to 40 or 41. And then there is like the older woman who might be beyond 40. To me, her hair here looks like it might be going a little gray. So who? You have three. Most of you are two parts female, one part either male or a young person. Most of yours here are a little older, not necessarily elderly, but older. But one appears to be very young. And so that is the who for pile number one. Now, the second question is, what do they want you to know right now, right? What do they want you to know right now? What do the spirit guides of the seeker of pile number one want you to know right now? Whew, really? There are too many of them. I'm not taking all these cards. There's too many of them. Come on now. I know you want to give them all the messages, but you have to give them one, like, most important message right now. I know there's a lot of people out there, but I need these guys to give one. Uh-oh, computer's dying. Oh, God. Strut in session. I don't work for free. That's not the tea, hunty. Oh, okay. Back again. All right. So what do your spirit guides want you to know right now? Hierophant, Justice, wow. 5 of Cups. They see that you've lost something. So basically, what I'm getting here, it's odd. This is like my main focus. This is why I'm focusing on right now. Some of you out there are going through a court case, maybe you lost your kids in a custody battle, or just had a court case situation where maybe you didn't get exactly what you wanted, and you're kind of focused on the bad stuff. When I get this card, it indicates somebody focused on depression and like things that don't serve them. And they're not seeing that there is a way out. They're not seeing that they've got two perfectly good cups in the back there. Behind this man, there are two golden goblets that he could turn to and get some kind of to kind of salvage the situation. I do see that like right now you've got some kind of major inconvenience that you are kind of concerned about and kind of trying to figure out what you should do about that. And I do see that maybe you're looking in the wrong place. There is balance and justice to be had for those of you who are still going through a court case or a difficult time. There is justice and balance to be had. You just might be looking in the wrong place. You might have to go to a different conventional source to help you with your problem, but you have to stop focusing. The advice and the guidance here is to stop focusing on what you've lost and start focusing on what you still have. A good thing I'm hearing, a good thing for you guys to do is to start a gratitude journal where you go through and you write down like 10 things you're happy and grateful for. I'm happy and grateful for clean air. I'm happy and grateful for food, for water, for my family, my dog, my car, my house, or whatever applies to you. There's an element of is that a word? Conventionalism. Things that are like set in stone and things that are kind of seeming to not be super fair. They seem to be unfair, but in honesty, they kind of are. There is some balance that needs to be had here to be found, and you might actually find it in a church. If some of you are churchgoers and you haven't gone to church and you know who you are, if you haven't gone to church in a long time, maybe you're focused on, oh, I've got this job that I hate. I've got this person that I don't want in my life anymore. I'm discouraged and generally not feeling very good about life. Those of you who were churchgoers who still have faith, there is a message for you that maybe you should go on back into church, put your little Sunday hat, dressing shoes and gloves on, and go in there and try and get you a good word from whatever God you may serve, and refocus and start praying again. You can see these people down here. This is like the preacher, and there are people down here with the Pope, and there are people down here who are like praying or giving offerings or whatever. It's very much a message of kind of going back to your roots to find your balance so you can focus more on what you've got and what you can get instead of what you have lost and can no longer control or, have any kind of connection to or whatever. So I'm seeing some depression. Like I keep focusing on this Five of Cups because there is depression. And maybe you feel disconnected from your emotions, which can be scary. I've had that happen before to me. I know how it feels. It doesn't feel good. It feels very, very scary and very, very surreal. This is the King of Swords. Some of you, the advice is also to kind of take up arms and then just like do something, because I'm seeing this man with a sword. I'm seeing this Pope with his tool. I'm seeing the lady here with her sword and her scales. It's like once you stop focusing on what you don't have and what you can't do and start focusing on what you do have and what you can do, you can change things around, find balance, and get back to your center. Some of you just have to go to church to find it. Some of you have to figure out, stop looking in the wrong place and start looking in the right place. That's basically the advice. Stop looking in the wrong place, start looking in the right place. Focus on what you do have, focus on what you can do, focus on, positivity and getting out of whatever situation got you here, and, find balance. You can find balance and you can move back to a more conventional comfort type, a more conventional place of comfort. You can do that. You just kind of have to, like I said, I keep hearing, stop looking in the wrong place and start looking in the right place. I don't want to keep repeating myself because that's the message that keeps getting, like, it's like this. Stop. Look that way. Don't look this way. So that is basically what I'm getting for you guys. And once you start looking in the right place, you might have to look for a little while, but once you start looking in the right place, things should bounce back out again. So upon number 1, I hope that you find whatever it is you need and you can move on and have the kind of life that you want instead of one that seems to be depressing and sad. Pile number 2, the glass ring. Ooh, who are your spirit guides? Who are the spirit guides for pile number 2? Now, you guys, remember these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. If you need a personal reading, I do those through Instant Mail and email. Don't forget to also like, share, and subscribe. Who are the spirit guides? Who is the main spirit guide for deck? Who is the main spirit guide for deck number 2? I'm hearing Tommy in my left ear. Sounds like Tommy. Maybe it's not Tommy, but it sounds like Tommy. Could be Thomas or Tomasa. If you hear someone in the background making a lot of noise, that is my family back there. So, for somebody out there, it's a wife, mother of their children, who is their spirit guide. Because here's the Empress, and here is the Four of Staffs. This is home, this is the mother. This is like somebody who was like maybe a grandmother too. If your grandmother is on the other side, if her name sounds like Tommy or Thomas or Tomasa, she is your spirit guide. She's your main spirit guide. She's like focused on you and making sure that she's looking after you, basically. Looking after you and trying to make sure that you get what you need out of life. This may also be a twin flame. If you're masculine on this particular plane and you haven't met your twin flame, or you just can't seem to connect with anybody at a twin flame level, then your twin flame might be on the other side as your spirit guide. This is the 1111 card because of the staffs that are around. They look like 11s. 11. Also indicates like a spirit connection, soulmate connection. Most of the time when it comes out with the Empress, for me, that means that is the divine feminine part of the twin flame connection. So yours is lurking out over you. Like if you've met your twin flame on this plane and you have lost a grandmother or a grandparent, then this part doesn't, it's not for you. You know, like if you met your twin flame face to face in real life, and not real life, but like, you know, not in dreams and stuff like that, right? If you met them face to face, then this is probably more a mother, an aunt, somebody who is close to you, who is female, who is very, like, she's very powerful female ancestor looking over you. Somebody who had a lot. Somebody who might have left behind some inheritance for you and your descendants. Somebody who may have been in your home a lot. I'm really getting female ancestor, but this could also be somebody who felt like a female ancestor. I'm seeing a picture of a woman on a chair. It's like her chair. That's always been her chair. She's always sat on that chair. Um, and she's presenting herself to me as the person who is always in this chair. It's like you would know because the chair is probably still there. You would know, oh, my grandmother used to sit in this chair all the time. And, you know, she was in the home. She was in the home of the home. She was the home. And that chair was where she would always sit. And I'm hearing, like, Becky, it's me. Um, if that resonates with you, it is what it is. I am definitely getting a female ancestor who had a lot. She might have also had a drinking problem. Um, but on the other side, that doesn't follow you. It stays on this particular plane. So if you had a drinking problem, it doesn't follow you into the afterlife. It just dissipates and goes away. So take what resonates with you. I heard grandmother. I heard Thomas. I heard like wife, female ancestor. So that is like the gist here. We're going to go ahead and move on to see what this person wants you to know about your life right now. And if there is any advice in there, I will read it to you. Cards. So what do spirit guides want the secret to know about their life right now? So these cards fell out. I'm taking these cards because I feel like they are shooting up like that for a reason, and I have no reason necessarily to put them back in because these cards aren't difficult to shuffle. At the bottom of the deck is the underlying energy of being betrayed or feeling betrayed, being stabbed in the back by someone you trusted, and that's like what I feel like you're clinging on to. You're feeling hurt, maybe, by someone. But the interesting thing is, this is the 10, and the 10 of Swords is always, the 10s are always at the end, ready to start over. So, whatever the situation was, it can't get any worse. The only place that you can go from here is up. So, that's a pretty good message to get, right? Like if you were down in a deep down, totally terrible, low place, your message is the only place you can go from here is up. Okay. You can't get any worse than this. And that's interesting because this is the end. This is like the 10 is the end, right? And then you've got the 8 of Staffs, generally communication, things happening quickly, which I like. Like if you're stuck, you feel like you're stuck in the 10 of Swords and you're like, you know, I just can't do anything else. I can't do anything more. This is the worst that it's ever been. It's like something happens quickly involving the 2 of Cups, a relationship, a connection, a spirit connection, and then there's good news. There's good news coming, child. That's what I'm hearing. It's weird. Somebody, somebody's grandmother used to call them baby cakes. And she's like, there's good news coming. There's good news coming. If you're not in a relationship, something very quickly happens and you may find yourself in one with someone who is a lover. Someone who is a lover. Um, for some of you, since the Empress came out, you might be connecting spiritually with your twin flame. If you haven't met this person, but you're like, I feel like they are actually on this earth somewhere. It's like something very quickly happens and you connect with your twin flame and you kind of fall into a relationship with them. For those of you whose twin flame's on the other side, it's like your twin flame is looking out for you. And I'm sorry. I got distracted by my phone, but basically what I'm seeing for you guys is a simple message. It gets better. It gets better. It feels like a prediction if you're not in a relationship that something happens very quickly and you meet somebody who is like a soulmate and it's good news and you get to go forward and just have a better situation happen than this. It's like you move out of this energy and you move finally into a good place where you have good communication. Maybe you meet this person online, and then Two of Cups, the relationship. Good news. You move into a interesting. I might have put these down here wrong. How shall I arrange these? Because it's an interesting story, but it's like a little weird. Because it should be like this, where there's communication from someone who comes to you and then you guys both get together. I'm looking at it because this man right here has the striped uh, thing on his head. And then this one right here has the same striped thing on his head. And it's like he communicates and then ends up in a relationship. So that is, I like that because there was some difficulty here. But your spirit guides kind of want you to know that there's good news coming. If you're not already in a relationship, you might end up in one, or you might just connect with somebody. If you're not trying to get into a relationship, if you might just connect with somebody who's like a spirit friend, a spirit guide. What I was trying to say was soulmate. You may actually communicate with someone who ends up, you know, you find out they're your soulmate. Or you might connect with your twin flame on this earth if they're on this earth. Because not all twin flames are on, the same plane that you are. Some are on the other side. So that's a really good message. I like that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you need a reading, I do those through Instant Go and email. And I will see you guys in the next video, hopefully. So pile number 3. I am sorry if you were sitting there waiting for me to get into frame, but I'm sorry about that. I had something going on my phone. What? I'm probably just gonna cut out all of that dead air, or I'll just put the timestamp so that you guys can get to it. Anyway, pun number 3, the Moldavite ring. Who are your spirit guides? Who are your spirit guides? First of all, first question: who are they? Or who is the main spirit guide for pile number 3? 2 of Cups flipped over. Might be somebody that you had a relationship with in the past. I'm going to put that over there. A soulmate connection that you had from the past life, perhaps even. Who is the main spirit guide? Oh. For pile number 3. Who is the main? These cards are jumpy. I feel like I need to reshuffle this. Like, I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle this. And, see what we can do. Okay. Who is the main spirit guide for pile number 3, please? Main spirit guide for pile number 3. One last time. Okay, cool. 7 of Pentacles. The Sun could be a Leo. And the 6 of Wands. First thing I picked up from the Sun was that could be a Leo. I'm also kind of seeing this baby here. I don't know if your family lost a child, or if you lost a child, or if there's just a little golden-haired child that you came into contact with at some point that passed away. But that little person is so happy, and then they're just enjoying their afterlife, and they're just kind of looking in on you. I feel like they're kind of looking in on you sometimes. Interestingly, I see this as not really sometimes. So they kind of look in on you a lot, and they're just kind of watching, kind of trying to help you cultivate some kind of success in your life. I feel like it's a young person, but it could just be a Leo. Like, if you have no idea who this young person might be, either it's somebody that you've never really met and don't really know a whole lot about, or it's like a Leo person. It could be just a Leo grandmother or great grandmother. Oh, damn. My great grandmother was a Leo. So, and this person is like, wow, this entity is like watching you throughout your days, try to help you cultivate whatever it is that you want. I kind of feel like this little person here is a young person, and on this card, it always kind of talks of youth because of the baby that's there, and it's like a youth that was a very bright, positive person. I'm seeing golden-haired teenager, a little baby, a brown-haired person. I'm kind of picking up male a little bit, but that doesn't have to resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates with you. I'm kind of getting this as separately for different people, where the first pile was kind of like 3 people in the same group for the same person, where this might be 3 different people for, different groups of you out there. Just take it how it resonates with you. Could be a Leo father who passed away, who is trying to help you cultivate whatever. And I keep getting the word cultivate because I see him right here, working this out. This person here is working in this garden. This person is working in this garden and trying to ripen up these fruits and reap the benefit, basically. So this person that you are being guided by is like a very kind Could also be a Sagittarius person. Um, they're just like really working at it. They're really like working at it to help you get there. And you might feel like you missed the mark a lot, but this person is like, you still have another chance, and another chance, and another chance, and another chance. Let me help you get another chance. You know what I mean? So that, I hope that made sense to you. And I hope it resonated, and I hope that you could pick up the person, if you knew them. I hope that you were able to pick them out and say, oh, grandma, dad, brother, you know, my twin who passed away in utero or whatever. That if that's the case for you, if you've got a twin, then this person, the person that I'm picking up here is your twin that's still looking out for you. You know, as you have grown, they're still looking out for you. So that was interesting. So now the question is, what does your spirit guide need for you to know about your life right now? What does your spirit guide want for you to know about your life right now? Knight of Pentacles. Should I keep it? Yes. Okay. Why did all of these turn over? That's entirely too many cards, so no. Not taking them. What? These two fell out before, I think. Okay. The moon is at the bottom of the deck. And it's interesting because I kind of feel like the sun was out here. The moon came out. It kind of makes me feel like twins even more, which is weird because the sun and the moon are not twins. One is a lot smaller. The other one is huge. So, you know, if it was a twin, and if you have been carrying around guilt, when I said one is huge and the other one is really small, your twin wants you to know that they don't blame you for that. They don't blame you for that. And they came here specifically to have that kind of experience where they were in the womb and, you know, they wanted to experience that particular short lifetime. And they did. They don't blame you for, like, what I'm getting for the person that is the twin is that you've been carrying around like survivor's guilt for your entire life, where you're like, okay, you know, the other one passed away and I feel guilty because I was the big one and I took all the food and I did this, that, and the fourth, and that therefore my twin didn't have enough and I took it all. So they don't want you to feel bad about that. They don't want you to feel guilty about that. They just want you to know that they don't blame you. It's not your fault. It's what they want to get through. I guess that kind of makes interesting sense, especially if you were fraternal twins. These two people are about the same age. They look about the same. They have similar traits as knights. So that would make a lot of sense for the twin storyline if you were fraternal twins. Even if you weren't, you know, all twins aren't, they aren't the same personality. So there's that. And the Nine of Pentacles came out before. So what do they want you to know? You might actually be moving toward a time in your life where you have everything you need. It's like everything you need is just around the corner. This may or may not be you. Could be a parent. There might be some kind of windfall coming through inheritance from a parent. The Nine of Pentacles is about having everything you need, having finery, having clothes, maybe having a little bit more than you actually need because she's got these fine clothes and she's got this beautiful garden and this beautiful house with these pets. And not everybody gets that kind of luxury, you know? Excuse me, goodness. Sorry. I'm seeing the Knight of Cups as good news too. Knights can be people or they can be messages, and I'm kind of seeing like good news, movement forward, but slow movement forward toward, stability and normalcy, which is interesting word. So what am I getting for you? You might have kids who are coming home. Somebody out there may have also adopted a couple children because they had so much and they wanted to share. And that part isn't really advice. It's just confirmation for whoever's watching that this pile is for you. So what I want you to know, your kids might be coming home. Somebody out there is getting a windfall from a parent who passed away. Think if you are logical and you think things through, you should be able to reach this place too. That is the advice for like everybody else who didn't get the specific messages. It's like you have the potential to get whatever it is you want out of life and find comfort and have everything you need and everything you want. You have the potential. You just kind of need to kind of be logical about it. Trying to let your feels get in the way, and you can move forward into this place, this beautiful, beautiful place, this garden of good, wonderful, awesome things. And this is another message that I'm getting, and I'm so sorry that this happened to you. This is like the Garden of Eden, and these three people, the King of Swords, the Pinnacle Knight, and the King of Cups, these people kind of passed away suddenly all together or around the same time, and they're all kind of wanting you to know that when they passed away, they went here. They're not in a bad place. They just kind of went to the Summerlands, which is interesting. Interesting way to put it. Or they went to heaven, or they went to a good place. They're not in a bad place. They kind of want you to know that. So I hope that you can take the message that resonates with you, and then I hope it helps you find some clarity, or I hope that helps you kind of move forward in your life and get whatever you want, basically. So that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like it, put down below that you want to see more like this. If you don't like it, if you're going to comment, please don't be rude. I do readings, personal. If you need a personal reading, I do those through Instant Go and email. I also, sell crystals on eBay, crystals and other things on eBay, and I accept tips and donations. If you need to contact me, my email is below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta for now.